I'm a normal guy with a normal life. I wake up every morning at the crack of dawn, not by choice, but because I have a cat. I do my morning stretches, I make the cat breakfast, I have a shower, and I think about life. Normal thoughts, like, what will I wear today? Or, where should I hide the body? Or, why is every wasp I meet such a freak?
Got room for one more?
I hate wasps. This is no secret. I don't hide it. In fact, I can't hide it. Yes, I'm a 6'3" adult male with reasonably broad shoulders, but if a wasp comes anywhere near me, I run. What can I say? They terrify me. And before all you self-proclaimed psychologists say,
another victim of entomophobia. You, sir, are afraid of bugs.
No, I'm not afraid of bugs. Ants, beetles, caterpillars, moths, you name it. They don't bother me. It's just wasps. The only other creepy crawly that bothers me is spiders. But we have an understanding. I don't bother them, they don't bother me. Simple. And that brings me to my first problem with wasps. I don't bother them, they still bother me. The proper stalkers, man. I come across a wasp, it doesn't matter what I do. I can walk past it, I can stand still, I can turn around and walk away. And the bastard follows me. Every time! They have no concept of personal space. If I'm the only passenger on a bus, they're the creep that specifically picks a seat next to me. People have always told me,
just sit still and it will eventually leave.
When? If I sit still, it just comes closer and closer. I swear the motherfucker would eventually crawl up my nose and start a family if I didn't chicken out and run away. They don't stop. And this brings me to my next problem with wasps. They're mentally unstable. I wouldn't mind them being clingy if it wasn't for the fact that they also have serious anger issues. I get that they go on the attack if you legitimately squeeze them or hurt them. That's fine. Perfectly valid self-defense. Not gonna argue with that. But I could be several feet away from a wasp, sitting perfectly still, just turning the page of a book, and they'll immediately go off.
What? What's your problem, mate? I could have died, you bastard! Ooh, I'm coming for you now, you still is on! I'll sting ya, and I'll sting your whole family as well!
They're the most easily triggered, neurotic creatures out there. I just wish the insect kingdom had their own little legal system with their own tiny police force so they could throw them all into insect prison. Because there's no way wasps should be allowed to carry stingers in public. They're basically flying little bombs that could explode at any second. And lastly, the final reason they terrify me, just look at them! They literally couldn't look more evil if they tried. And before you pepper me with arguments like,
but Jonas, wasps are important pollinators and help keep our ecosystem in balance.
Do you know who's a way better pollinator, friendlier, and also knows how to keep their stingers in their trousers? Bees! At a glance, they look similar, sure. But look closer and they couldn't be more different. Here's a bee. Quite cute. Even has a bit of fluff. I'd f*** it. What? And on the other hand, we have nature's favorite bully, the wasp.
Give me your money, nerd.
Basically the result of Jeffrey Dahmer, Freddy Krueger, and Pennywise the Clown having an insect love child. Needless to say, I wouldn't swipe right. Bees are herbivores. They eat nectar, pollen, and their own honey. Lovely. Wasps, on the other hand, are predators. They hunt, kill, and eat other insects. They probably eat humans as well, just that nobody has survived to tell the tale.
How fascinating. The world must know. Oh.
Now, technically, they're omnivores, as they sometimes eat nectar, but I'm not giving them any plus points for that. That'd be like calling Jeffrey Dahmer a good boy because he occasionally had salad instead of, And to be clear, wasps do engage in cannibalism, so the comparison is valid. They're freaks! Let's talk pollination. It's a big deal. You have probably heard about people panicking over the decline in bees. This is because these flying little powerhouses pollinate over 60% of the world's crops and contribute to 1/3 of the entire world's food. They are what us gamers refer to as OP, but please don't nerf them. Now, wasps pollinate as well. It's true, but the amount is laughable compared to bees. In fact, if you Google what would happen if wasps die out, most articles don't even mention pollination. The only notable thing that would happen is there would be a lot more spiders and other insects, since there wouldn't be any wasps around to eat them. I guess this could be a problem to some people, but it don't bother me. I don't want to go outside to begin with. You think I complained that there would finally be an acceptable reason to never leave my room? Please. That's my biggest dream! Besides, even if the occasional spider would break into my room, it doesn't matter, because like previously mentioned, we have a deal. I don't bother them, they don't bother me. Finally, let's talk stingers. A bee will only sting you if they really need to defend themselves with a hive. The reason is their stinger have tiny barbs on them, so if they sting you, their body will literally rip apart as they fly away, causing them to die. It's the ultimate sacrifice.
Thank you, Corporal Bee, for your service.
The wasp, however, is like an annoying 12-year-old gamer with cheat codes activated. Not only is their sting more powerful, there's also no penalty for using it and no cooldown. They can spam that shit all day. And they do! That's why when I come across one of these airborne assassins, I break the 100-meter sprint record every time. Get on my level, Usain Bolt. Pathetic. By now you might be thinking,
damn, this guy really doesn't like wasps, huh? He must have been stung loads as a child.
But that's the thing. I didn't. I never got stung as a child. In fact, I made it all the way to adulthood without getting stung a single time. But whenever another kid or a friend got stung, they always cried. And that terrified me. And for every year I didn't get stung myself, I just got more and more scared, waiting for the inevitable day that it would happen to me. It got to the point where my fear was so severe that something had to be done. So I came up with a plan. Step 1, leave my room, go outside and find a wasp. Step 2, start swinging at it like a madman, making it angry. Step 3, get stung, realize it isn't that bad, and rid myself of my phobia once and for all. Easy. So I looked at some pictures of Arnold Schwarzenegger, manned up, and went outside.
Sup, bro?
Nope, I couldn't do it. The idea was great in theory, but I just could not consciously put my life at risk like that. But little did I know that soon after, the plan was back in action, without my consent. At the time, I still lived in Sweden and had my own music studio. I've since moved to the UK and upgraded to a shed.
This is the shed tour.
Anyways, I was in the studio one day working. It was summer and the AC was broken, so I opened the window.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
It took but seconds for a wasp to seize the opportunity. It flew in and immediately started buzzing around looking for a fight. Here's the problem. Normally, I'd just leave the room, throw away the key, possibly burn up the building, and never come back. But this was my safe place, my creative cradle, my artistic haven. And I also had work deadline. Bottom line, it was time to take a stand. Now, normally, I don't kill wasps. Not because of morality, but because I'm afraid of what they do to me if they survive the attack.
I'm about to show you a whole world of pain.
Oh no. But in this situation, I didn't have a choice. I needed that bread. In a non-threatening manner, I slowly exited the room and shut the door behind me. I rummaged through the storage room, looking for something to dispatch the wasp with. After a couple of minutes of searching, the best I could find was an old copy of Alish, basically a very thick weekly magazine for Swedish boomers. Sorry, Mom. Once armed, I entered the room again, ready to kill.
Your days of terrorizing are over, Wasp. Time to die!
I didn't say any of that out loud, of course. No need to anger the beast. But I thought it in my mind. Well, what do you know? The little striped heckler was gone. It took me a good 10 minutes before I finally realized it was just peacefully chilling on the ceiling. I don't know if it was the feel-good movie I'd watched the night before or something I ate, but I felt something. A connection. Just me and the wasp. It was as if he spoke directly to my heart.
Violence isn't the answer. Leave me be, and I will leave you be.
No pun intended. So I put down the magazine, sat down at my desk, and went back to work. For the first time in my life, I was in an enclosed space with the enemy, and I felt completely calm. And before long, I completely forgot about it. It wasn't until about 5 hours later that I suddenly thought to myself, hey, where did that wasp go? And I kid you not, the second I finished that thought, I heard a buzz and felt 6 tiny legs land on my neck and speedily crawl in under the collar of my shirt.
ほう、逃げずにこのディオに近づいてくるのか。
近づかなきゃてめえをぶちのめせないんでな。
次は丈太郎。貴様だ。
俺のスタープラチナと同じタイプのスタンドだな。遠距離へはいけないがパワーと精密な動きができる。
ほほう。では十分近づくがよい。
試すっていうのは撫でるだけのことを言うのか。
呪い呪い。
2万円もしたズボンが破れたかよ。
So in the end, I got stung. Throughout my life, several people have told me that it doesn't even hurt that much, and that there's no need to be afraid. And you know what? Y'all are f***ing liars! It hurt a lot! It was really painful and scary. Needless to say, my hope that getting stung would somehow help me overcome my fear completely backfired.
I'm even more scared now, goddammit!
But sure, even though bees are way, way better, I do have to acknowledge that despite their flaws and all my jokes, wasps are important. So we shouldn't kill them. But I still don't like them. In fact, the next time I encounter one of them, you better pray you're not anywhere nearby, because I don't care if you're a woman, child, or elderly. I'll freaking sweep your legs from beneath you and leave you behind this bait. I'm gone! If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much for your support on all my videos so far, and I got some updates for y'all. This year, I'm setting aside a lot more time to work on this channel, so you can expect more frequent videos than before. Honestly, just watching my videos is enough, but if you want to support the channel more directly and get some exclusive perks, I've created a Patreon. You can check it out in the description. And with that said, for the first time on this channel, I'm happy to say thank you to my patrons: Ali Engdahl, Andika Tan, Aubrey Danielle, Danielle O'Neill, LK, Gods, Leanne Conroy, Shauna, Vicky, Ashley, Christina Ellis, Expired Coupon, Helga, Nash Panda, and my epic supporters as well. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Right.